Happy Chinese New Year.
新年快乐.
I'm Jeannie Johnson with France Addington Lee. We're the co-chairs of the Denver Kunming Sister City Committee. We're welcoming you to our virtual celebration of a new lunar year, the Year of the Ox. Each year, as we've gathered with friends and our Sister City community, we feel like it's also a celebration of Denver's relationship with Kunming and a time to celebrate Chinese culture. Although we miss seeing everyone in person, our very creative, dedicated committee members have had fun putting together this online program.
Over the next hour, we're going to see how Kunming celebrates the New Year. We'll hear about the Chinese zodiac and Year of the Ox, see a master calligrapher create a New Year couplet. We'll learn how to cook Yunnan Province's unique specialty, crossing the bridge noodles. We'll enjoy a guzheng performance, and finally, watch an exciting Kung Fu demonstration.
Now we have to admit, very sadly, that one thing we can't do virtually is enjoy our traditional 10-course banquet at the Empress. But what we can do is encourage you to support the Empress and other local Chinese restaurants. They need and greatly appreciate our support.
So now let's begin our program by seeing how Kunming celebrates the Spring Festival, foretelling that spring is near.
Absolutely. In Kunming, Spring Festival means a bustling New Year shopping bazaar. People can buy steamed cakes, ham, sweets, and herb pie, which feature very unique flavors of Dian style. Lantern, Chinese knot, couplets, food represent people's best wishes for the new year. Spring Festival embodies carnivals all around the streets. Sagging and line dancing performers bouncing and leaping, the sound of gongs and drums echoing everywhere. People pray for being blessed over the next year. In Kunming, Spring Festival brings families together into the annual reunion feast. Families sit around a table and chat with each other over a cup of tea, no matter how far they're away from home, no matter how fast time goes by. When the firecrackers are ignited, you will hear, Spring Festival is coming.
Hello, 你好，我叫 Jennifer Powers. I'm here to introduce our friend Peggy Liu, who will now give us a brief overview of the Chinese zodiac and characteristics of those born in the Year of the Ox. Peggy is the Chinese teacher for all levels of Chinese at Denver Center for International Studies and is their foundation teacher ambassador who will lead student trips to China when it is safe again. Peggy grew up in Beijing and attended Zhejiang University. After moving to America, she earned a master's in accounting from City University of New York and an MA in education from CU Denver. She has been teaching Chinese language and culture for 16 years and has been a loyal supporter of the Denver Kunming Committee for many years. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Happy New Year. We're here to celebrate Chinese New Year. I prepared some slides to celebrate this holiday. 新年快乐. We say Chinese New Year. In China, people has a special name for this holiday called 春节. 春节 marks the first day of lunar calendar and represent spring is coming. 春节 is the biggest holiday for Chinese people all over the world. 春节 falls between January 21st and February 19 in solar calendar. This 春节 starts on February 12, 2021. There are so many greeting words, beautiful, good luck greeting words. I list several common greeting sentences. 新年好. 新年好. 新年快乐. 新年快乐. 恭喜发财. 恭喜发财. 万事如意. 万事如意. Celebrate Chinese New Year, 春节. People must talk about zodiac. What is zodiac? Well, Chinese zodiac was created to calculate years. Almost 5,000 years ago, Chinese people named 12 animals after those years, and 12 years a cycle. Who are those lucky animals? Well, there is a story behind this. I will show you a short video later. Well, how do I know what is my sign? Okay, here we go. This zodiac table with your birth year. So you find your birth year, you will find your sign. Well, if that happened, your birth year is not on this table, don't worry. You just plus 12 and then minus 12, you will fit in this list. So you can find what kind of sign you are. All right. What about this year? This year is year of ox, 牛, 牛年. So people were born this year, 属牛. The animal sign is 牛, second on the list. So, my friend, if you were born in year of ox, you want to know what characters the zodiac say about you. Of course, all signs has different characters, but since this year is year of ox, 牛年, let's find out. Okay, my dear ox friends, based on the zodiac, said you are honest, conservative, patient by nature, you are strong, reliable, fair, and inspiring confidence in others. Well, you can be stubborn and opinionated. Are they true? Well, they say you can be friends with people born the year of snakes and the year of roosters. The year of snake and the year of rooster. And you maybe have some difficult time with the people born in the year of goat. So here, I want to wish my ox year friends, 牛年 friends, 吉祥如意, 身体健康. And don't forget, in Chinese tradition, if you were born in this year, in your birth year, you should wear something red whole year long. That will bring you good luck and health. So now I'm going to show you 2 short videos introduce Chinese New Year, 春节. The first one is the myth behind the order of animals. And the second tells how Chinese people how do they celebrate Chinese New Year. Enjoy.
What's your sign? In Western astrology, it's a constellation determined by when your birthday falls in the calendar. But according to the Chinese zodiac, or Shengxiao, it's your 属相, meaning the animal assigned to your birth year. And of the many myths explaining these animal signs and their arrangement, the most enduring one is that of the Great Race. As the story goes, Yu Di, or Jade Emperor, ruler of the heavens, wanted to devise a way to measure time. So he organized a race. The first 12 animals to make it across the river would earn a spot on the zodiac calendar in the order they arrived. The rat rose with the sun to get an early start, but on the way to the river, he met the horse, the tiger, and the ox. Because the rat was small and couldn't swim very well, he asked the bigger animals for help. While the tiger and horse refused, the kind-hearted ox agreed to carry the rat across. Yet, just as they were about to reach the other side, the rat jumped off the ox's head and secured first place. The ox came in second, with the powerful tiger right behind him. The rabbit, too small to battle the current, nimbly hopped across stones and logs to come in fourth. Next came the dragon, who could have flown directly across, but stopped to help some creatures she had encountered on the way. After her came the horse, galloping across the river. But just as she got across, the snake slithered by. The startled horse reared back, letting the snake sneak into sixth place. The Jade Emperor looked out at the river and spotted the sheep, the monkey, and the rooster, all atop a raft, working together to push it through the weeds. When they made it across, the trio agreed to give 8th place to the sheep, who had been the most comforting and harmonious of them, followed by the monkey and the rooster. Next came the dog, scrambling onto the shore. He was a great swimmer, but frolicked in the water for so long that he only managed to come in 11th. The final spot was claimed by the pig, who had gotten hungry and stopped to eat and nap, before finally waddling across the finish line. And so, each year is associated with one of the animals in this order, with the cycle starting over every 60 years.
Spring Festival, 春节, is the first day of the Chinese lunar calendar. When 春节 is approaching, people are busy purchasing goods, cleaning the house, cooking traditional food, making Spring Festival couplets, and hanging Spring Festival pictures. Having a family dinner is the main activity on 春节. Dumplings are essential to the dinner. Dumplings represent reunion and goodwill. The whole family gathers to enjoy quality family time. On 春节, Lunar New Year's Day, people in new clothes visit each other and give money to kids to send good wishes. During 春节 holidays, All kinds of celebrations are held, including temple fairs, performances, and lantern exhibitions, which last nearly half a month.
"春节
I hope you enjoyed those two videos and learned more about Chinese New Year, 春节. Before I leave, I would like to sing a song for everyone. Wish you a Happy New Year! 新年好呀，新年好呀，祝贺大家新年好！我们唱歌，我们跳舞，祝贺大家新年好！恭喜发财，万事如意！
Nearly every country around the globe has some form of noodle in their national cuisine. In fact, noodles may be mankind's favorite food. There are over 1,000 types of noodles identified in China alone. And while the origin of noodles may still be under some debate, there is no question that noodles are a key staple of Chinese cuisine. The Chinese can be seen eating noodles anytime, day or night. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They're served hot, they're served cold. They're served steamed, they're boiled, they're stir-fried, they're deep-fried. Sometimes they're just in soup. It's no surprise that noodles are one of the 7 foods traditionally eaten during Chinese New Year. For the Chinese, noodles represent longevity. During New Year's, they eat particularly long noodles called longevity noodles. You're not to cut them, you shouldn't bite them or chew them. The longer the noodle, the longer your life will be. But it makes for a lot of interesting slurping going on. Kunming is very serious about their noodles. Do you see the picture that looks like long hair hanging off a clothesline? These are noodles drying in the sun in Yunnan province. One noodle would probably fill your entire dinner bowl. Yunnan province and Kunming are very famous for their rice noodle dishes. One dish in particular, called Crossing the Bridge noodles, was so popular and well known throughout China that Kunming declared it an intangible cultural heritage. Let's see what this Kunming specialty is all about.
If you go to try Crossing the Bridge noodles, I have to give you a heads up. It comes in separate bowls. Several small dishes hold a raw quail egg, chicken wing, fried crispy pork, Chinese chives, and shallots. A big plate contains 3 slices of raw pork and shenwei ham. A large pot almost loads with light yellow chicken stock, and a bowl of noodle will be gathered on the table. You need to pick ingredients and add them to the hot soup by yourself. Be careful, it's extremely hot. In fact, there was a legend behind the dish. Once upon a time, there was a scholar who was studying hard for his imperial exam in Mengzi of Yunnan. His wife would bring him lunch every day by crossing the bridge, but by the time she got there, his food would be cold. With the passing of time, the scholar became noticeably thin and his warm-hearted wife grew very worried. One day, she discovered that keeping a layer of oil on top of soup would keep the broth hot enough for him to cook local rice noodles, seasonings, and ingredients when she arrived. Eventually, the scholar successfully passed the imperial exams. Anyway, if you're heading down to Yunnan, this dish is definitely worth a try. I'm Christine. Thanks for watching.
Happy New Year, 新年快乐. Chinese words are pictograms. Over time, these pictograms change as people in different ages and different regions change until they take their forms today. Chinese calligraphy is a visual art form stylizing Chinese characters. This is done with ink and brush. Today we are privileged and honored to welcome Mr. Harbor Zhang. Mr. Zhang is the secretary of the Rocky Mountains Chinese Calligraphy Association, which has organized the Colorado International Chinese Calligraphy Exhibition for many years in association with the Confucius Institute, Metro State University, and other organizations. He is also a member of several Chinese calligraphy associations, both in Taiwan and the United States. Watch Denver calligrapher Mr. Harbor Zhang demonstrate writing a Chinese New Year couplet that would traditionally be hung on the front doorposts for good luck in the coming year.
Good morning, my Kunming City's friend. My name is Harbor Chen. Today is very honored to have this chance to introduce Chinese arts we call calligraphy. Calligraphy, same like a painting. You use a brush. Only big difference is brush. You can painting any way you want, but not calligraphy. Calligraphy, only thing you can do, you need to use this point for writing. And always use this point, 90 degrees, to reach the paper you will write. And later on, I will show you how can you use this point for writing. And calligraphy is a very healthy hobby for the people. Most people heard about Chinese Kung Fu, like the movie star Bruce Lee. Then calligraphy is a part of Chinese Kung Fu. Why? Because when you practice calligraphy, you need to concentrate. Your body needs straight, and holding your brush, use the point to reach the paper. After you practice around 30 minutes, you will feel sweater. That's the reason I call this a part of Chinese Kung Fu and very healthy for the people. Only reason is you need to practice, and practice. That's the reason people like me, I would like it. People use calligraphy for Chinese art. They not use the brush for writing. They use pencil, ball pen, whatever. So calligraphy right now just for Chinese art. Like right now with Chinese New Year will be coming, a lot of Chinese families, they always put some red paper, write the spring couplets, and they put on the front door. 一年好景同春到. That means when the spring coming, you always have the whole good fortune and money come with you together. So we use this word to celebrate the Chinese New Year. every time you use a brush, you hold it and always use this point for writing like this. You see? Every time you move, always use this point. Not like a painting, you can paint it any way you want, but calligraphy, no. Basic, if you have doll, you put the first on your left hand. Your face is your right hand. For me, it's left hand like this in front door. This spring couplet, just like I say, when the spring comes in, you always have the good fortune and money come together to your house. This is what we call spring call. Thank you. Have any question? Just let me know. Call me, whatever. You have a good day. Happy New Year.
Hi, my name is Xi Wu. I like to play the guzheng, a Chinese string instrument. About 5 years old, I started to learn how to play the guzheng. I took lessons to learn guzheng about 10 years. My parents were very happy I played the guzheng. Also, when I play it, guzheng can make me feel relaxed. I love the sound of its music. The guzheng is a very traditional Chinese instrument. It is about history of more than 2,500 years. The shape of guzheng is a rectangular wooden speaker. It was between 21 and 26 strings. And you pluck the strings with your fingernails. Then, enjoy my performance.
The Shaolin Temple is located on Songshan Mountain, Henan Province in China. The original temple was built in 495 AD, year 19 of the Beiwei dynasty. Around 527 AD, monk Bodhidharma, or Damo in Chinese, came to China from India to spread the teachings of Buddhism. During his years in Shaolin Temple, Damo founded the Chun, or Zen, branch of Buddhism, which is, for thousands of years, has been the most influential sect of Buddhism in China. Damo has since been referred to as the first ancestor of Zen. When first arriving at Shaolin, Damo noticed that many of his disciples were lethargic and were falling asleep during the meditation service. In order to stimulate their interest and spirit, he introduced a routine of physical exercises. Later, it was realized that many of these movements had roots in self-defense techniques. As more and more Kung Fu masters joined the Shaolin Temple, seeking to develop their spirit, Shaolin Kung Fu was developed and perfected. Since priest Damo has been the most recognized leader of the Shaolin Temple, he is considered the great grandmaster of Shaolin Kung Fu.
of you may have known John Yi, who helped found the Denver-Kunming Sister City relationship. After John's passing in 2019, the Kunming Committee created a scholarship fund to honor his memory and life's work. The fund will provide financial aid to students for educational and cultural travel to Kunming. Of course, travel between our two cities is on hold, but we're grateful for your donations to help us prepare for future trips. To donate, you can visit the Chinese New Year webpage at www.denversistercities.org or contact the Sister Cities office. We greatly appreciate your support.
So before we go, we want to thank our generous presenters, Peggy Liu, Harbor Chang, Su Wu, Howie Solo of the Shaolin Hungmei Kung Fu, and our sister city friends in Kunming. And we also want to recognize our Chinese New Year event committee, which includes Kitsy Atkinson, Rachel Clements, Judy Constantine, Tom Heng, Locke Jacoby, Debbie Kasich, Arlene Krause, Jen Powers, and Jim Ryder. Thank you all so much for all your work.
Yay! Good night. We hope you have a wonderful Year of the Ox.
新年快乐！
新年快乐！
Where's the committee?
新年快乐！
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 新年
快乐！
耶！
新年快乐！
Tom? That was in Cantonese. Say that again.
恭喜發財。
恭喜發財。
Okay, well, don't leave quite yet. Kitsy? Kitsy, maybe you're not muted. Are you muted?
Nope, I'm not muted.
Oh, good.
Am I on? That's the important thing. I'll go ahead. I want to thank everyone for coming. We hope you enjoyed our virtual welcoming of the Year of the Ox, and we hope that you're planning to join us in February of 2022 to celebrate the Year of the Tiger. Recently, some short videos of past Kunming Committee events became unearthed, and we wanted to share those with anyone who's interested. If you're interested, please leave the room, the meeting. The videos will start directly. So enjoy. 新年快乐，再见。
新年快乐！再见 ，Katie。
Bye.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Jargine.
Thanks, everyone.